Guys, we have plenty of drinks. If you want to grab a bottle of water or something before we start. Restrooms back here in the corners if you need to. This is going to be probably a little different than the way I do things, probably because of the state finals, but I want to start with 16 thoughts, highlights, memories, victories from the weekend, just the weekend. I was sitting there today and thinking of things that happened this weekend that make you go, Well, I was 17th real quick. So on Thursday, I was just telling the coaches, some of you may believe in this stuff, some of you don't. So you lose a loved one, probably doesn't enter your mind. So Thursday morning, I'm sitting in my kitchen, drinking a cup of coffee. I have a coconut cream flavor I enjoy. And I added a little cinnamon something to it. It's pretty good. And I'm looking out my back window, and the only limb on a tree I can see, a cardinal flies in and lands on the limb. And stays there probably for 2 or 3 minutes. Some people believe that people who have passed, red bird kind of represents that. So that was probably the first sign that maybe the weekend would be special. And then round 2, we head up to Indianapolis on Thursday, and we swing past IU Tennis Center. Give the girls an opportunity to see IU, and in walks Mike O'Connell. For those of you who do not know Mike O'Connell was our tennis pro when I was growing up. Probably the guy that taught my father how to coach tennis. For those of you who don't know, my father was not a tennis person. He was a football, basketball, baseball guy. And in his heyday, if you would have asked him to play a set of tennis, it would have been a joke because he was horrible. But he did know how to coach. So Jeff and I got a picture with him. It brought back memories. Mike was probably the guy that was around to help Dad understand tennis and kick off the Jasper tennis way. Then we headed on to another thought here, the Cheesecake Factory, where the Jasper girls tennis team set a record of spending $1,137 on food and cheesecake. The good news was that includes the tip. The best part about that was the 2 girls come over and they said, hey, on large parties, we have to add an 18% gratuity. And I said, well, I'm not a great math person, but I can see the bill, and I was going to give each of you $100 cash. She goes, we can take that 18% off real quick. The next highlight for me also happened there at Dave and Buster's. I kicked Elrod's ass in Mario Kart not once, but twice. Highlight for me. I know. I mean, it was a win-win weekend for me. Not for you, but for me. This one happened a little bit later. There's no order to this. I got to be part of a CC TikTok, and that was pretty cool. This one I already shared with the mother. This was, we're sitting there on Friday morning when we have extra time. And as bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as she could be, Haley Atkins comes down from her room. And she is in her cute little pajamas. She's got her hair up in one of those clips, and she does she's, oh, what are you guys having over here? How are you doing tonight? I slept well. How are you doing? Oh, she's really good. I mean, the motherly figure. It was awesome. It's good to see people outside the realm of tennis. 6, Lila Hawks solo in the bus, singing. I hate to break it to the Hawks family, she will not make it as a singer. That's bad. The song, though, that sticks out in my head, what does the fox say? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Whose favorite song is that? Theirs. I mean, we're trying to get pumped up and playing what does the fox say. Then along with that, on the way up to Indy, I finally found this out. I got a scouting text from an unknown number that seemed to know a lot about Westfield, but I wasn't supposed to tell anybody that I got the text. The problem was I couldn't because I didn't know who the number was from. After the match, 400 plus texts, all from past players, coaches, current players, pictures. I was probably doing the bad thing. I was trying to answer a couple like driving. I apologize. I got it under 200, and then I went back. It was up back at 300. There's not a coach outside of Indianapolis that didn't want us to win, and there was a few coaches inside Indianapolis that wanted us to win. Connections for me to past families. For those of you who don't know, I spent my last 4 summers spending a lot of time in Indianapolis for my tennis, and there was a Held family that I spent the summers with. Dave Held was the dad, and his son Dave Jr., who was in my wedding. His two brothers, Andrew, who we called Rue, and Zachary, who we called Yak. Their two daughters played one doubles for Rebuff. And I'm very close with that family. And they were very, very impressed, in awe, a little bit pushed back by the fact that the way Jasper does things, and appreciative of the way we play doubles.
Zach said, Zach's my teammate. He goes, what the hell are those girls doing? He goes, someone's been teaching them how to play doubles. Why? That's kind of what we do.
And then more impressed with the fact that we took 2 of the 3 singles, and in a 3 singles match where we weren't supposed to do anything, Lila Hawks was doing her little dance fit down there, and she won the first set. I'm never sure she gets that talent from the singing and the dancing. Between state titles, basically 25 seasons. The boys won it in 99, which would have been the 99-2000 year. We won it in the spring of 2025. Dad and I were an age. Dad got it done 1 year quicker than I did. We did. Highlight winning a state title with this staff. This was a surprise. Friday morning workout. There was about 6 girls in the hotel workout room. Never seen that before. We were on the treadmill and the weights and the Peloton, and I did not join in. I was working my mental part, getting ready. This was the emotional one, my last promise to my dad, state title for girls. Dawned on me that I'll have to change my preseason meeting comment every year where we don't do this to win state titles, because we just want a state title. And for those of you who didn't know, this was the first ever girls team state title in Jasper High School history. Pretty cool. That's been my I'm sure I missed them. There's one I need to mention. Is there?
First time ever and last time ever.
First time doubles. Kate got her comment. There it was. You mentioned that when we were doing highlights.
Wait, what?
We were talking about you earlier. When you win, you can say anything you want. That's what they told me. Okay, we're going to transition over to, I want to do awards next. Now, this is a little bit different with the girls because we don't have a lot to hand out, but we do have some team awards that we vote on that we can pass out. We got 3 for the JV, we have 6 for the varsity. There's one that we couldn't hand out yet because the season wasn't over, the best winning percentage. We can hand it out now, but I don't have the trophy, it just ended on Saturday. But we'll pass these out. I'm going to have Coach Elrod come up and talk a little bit about the JV and hand out some awards that I'll come back to talk about a few more things. Coach Elrod.
All right, hi everybody. We just have a few awards for the JV side, and honestly, just kind of wrapping up the season as a whole. Obviously, I'm going to let him talk about the team part, but just from a JV standpoint, I hope you all realize that we probably have one of the stronger teams as a whole. We're probably deeper than most teams in the whole state as well. Not only are we really good at the top, we're also really, really good in the middle, right? And so I would take our JV, especially anybody that's going to be on this list and everybody that was in contention that all these players voted on, I put them up against most teams in the state, and they're going to do really well as well. So being on the JV at Jasper High School is not a demotion at all. It's an honor because these are the players that are going to be the future. These are the players that are pushing our varsity players to continue to be better. And these are the players that in years to come are hopefully going to be hosting another one of these. That would be really, really cool. And I hope that this drives these players to kind of reach that height. So let's talk about some of these awards. We'll start with the Most Improved Award, which is always the one that people get maybe a little turned up about just because they think that they were bad and then they became good or something like that. That's not necessarily the case. This is a lot of times this is about who's been really, really get better, and has shown those strides. And so this is no exception here. This year, this person's put in a lot of time, and really has found their own. Maybe hasn't decided whether it's going to be singles or doubles or not, but that's the point of JV, is to kind of play both and see where they fit. And so we're really excited to see where she decides to go, and what she decides to do in this off season, and continue that improving. This year's most improved award goes to Addie Sager. You want to take a picture? That's fine. That's a new one. We've been doing this 10 years. That's
I don't know. Try to get better.
All right. Next one is 110% hustle, which, as you all know, at least our mathematician should know, not possible.
Not possible.
But we do it anyway. Coach was talking about the workout session that happened in the hotel. I'm going to bet dollars to donuts there were 2 people that probably led that, and this has got to be one of them. The 110% hustle award goes to Andon Lambert. She also has to get her 20 minutes of running in each day. 30? What is it? Depends on the day. Depends on the weather, depends on the day. All right. Okay, and then our mental attitude award. This one means a lot, just because this is on the JV side. We ask so much of these players, because we're tossing you around in singles or doubles and just everywhere. And sometimes you're playing people that you know you should beat, but they play a weird game, and it's frustrating. And so, but you've got to somehow persevere and find ways to beat those players that you know you're better than. And this person had a lot of that, to where they knew they were better than somebody, and they knew they should have been kicking their butt, but the game didn't work out. But they kept persevering every time they get out on the court. And sometimes they like singles, but maybe they were playing doubles, and again, persevered and just had a positive attitude all the time. And she's a terrible comedian. This year's mental attitude award goes to Stella Canese.
Oh, wow.
All right. That's it for this one.
She's no Addie Schneider.
I know, right?
Okay, all right, so I want to get these in a second. Postseason awards, I do this every year just so people understand. So last week we had our all-conference and our all-district meetings. All-conference is 16 girls. There's a first team all-conference, and then there's a second team all-conference. First team all-conference this year, guys, I have nothing here. They have not given me anything. First team all-conference honors will go to Harper Wiggin, we'll go to Marion Hayes, and we'll go to Reese Moonies. Congratulations on first team. And the second team, and you can only, and here comes, there's always, you can only nominate 5. Second team all-conference will be Daisha Smiley and Lila Hawk. So those 2 will make second team all-conference. 2 doubles is the one that we just don't ever get to that point. All district, just like last year, 12 girls. Our district is 30 schools down in the Southwest. Harper Wiggin went in number 1. Marion Hayes went in number 2. So we get 2 of the top 12 girls. And then all district honors and doubles. Our 1 doubles team made it first spot. There's only 6 doubles teams, and Evans Memorial's 1 doubles made it, and their 2 doubles got the last spot. And you can't get above a team that, no offense, you lost twice to, so our 2 doubles didn't manage to sneak in on that last spot. But Marion Hayes, and then they'll be nominated for all state honors. So Harper, Marion, and 1 doubles will get all district. And honestly, more than likely, Harper and Marion will get all state, first team all state singles, and our doubles will make first team all state doubles as well. But that doesn't happen until next weekend. So a round of applause for them. Okay, so we give out similar awards. We add a couple. I'll start with most improved. I can't remember what coach did. Maybe he did the same thing. This was did something different. We moved into the 2025. We did a Google Doc so we could vote. This was a little bit of a landslide. To me, it makes sense. Was not on the varsity last year. Was right there. Had a little minor surgery in the off season, and has become a really good one doubles player. Except when the mind wanders right before returning serve at 6'5", love, and doesn't see the first serve coming and whiffs. Most improved, Adesha Smiley. At that moment, I turned to look at Ray, and Ray went. I didn't see it. Thank goodness she didn't either, so I guess. Did she tell you what she was doing? Watching the two doubles. And I pretty much, I said at least 7 times, focus on your match. I guess next year she's playing two doubles. There you go. Mental Attitude Award. Okay, so this goes many different directions. Wait, you're not winning the Mental Attitude Award. The one thing that I feel like our girls and our boys do, is, for the most part, and this doesn't count for everybody, but this year's team, I felt like one of the big differences with this team is I felt like, especially when we went up and played Carmel, that we knew that that was a possibility. I think everybody on the team had that mental vision that, okay, now we played right with Carmel, maybe should have beat Carmel. Carmel played right with Brebeuf, so we've got a shot at this. For me, mental attitude means you deal well with adversity, handle it, take coach's wrath maybe once in a while, though we've mellowed a lot compared to what we've been probably screaming and yelling in the past at times, and then turn that into a positive. This young lady had a tough loss at Carmel. We had a little conversation after the match, and the one thing that I think all your kids need to remember, and this is the hard part because we don't coach it this way, we probably don't say it this way, but when it's all said and done, it's just a game of tennis. It's not life or death. Nobody's dying. The sun will come up the next day. Your teammates will still love you. You can still hug Harper Wiggin in the middle of the match while you're picking up a tennis ball in the state finals. But it's not life or death. And I think at times the kids put so much pressure on themselves because it's an individual sport. You don't want your point to cost the team possibly the match of the night. And that's not the way that works. That's not the way that is. It's not the way we coach it. And I think Lila Hawks was a great choice for Mental Attitude Award this year. So our freshman Lila Hawks. Magic number?
0.
0. 110% hustle. It's a dad thing. He started way back when, and one of the times the math, little guys out there, we're good. One of the math teachers, I think it was Bill Minky, told me, he said, you realize you can't have 110%. I said, well, I'm not in your math class, so it doesn't matter. 110% hustle. This one, guys, there's not a girl that we have that doesn't hustle and doesn't try and doesn't want to win. And some of them do it just a little bit better than others. Her game probably surrounds this. Just because she tracks down a lot of balls. Yesterday she did it with a Kleenex stuffed halfway up her nose. or napkin. 110% hustle goes to Marion Hayes. Are we good? All right, MVP. So, the longer I do this, sometimes I said this on the way home. So let's just have a banquet, not give out any awards. I mean, how do you give an MVP when your one singles is 30-1, your two singles is 27-1, your one doubles is 26-2, your three singles is a freshman that you weren't for sure how she was going to do and finished 23-3, and your two doubles, no offense, played a horrible 7th state and turned around and played the 3 best matches of their life in the state finals. I mean, who do you give the MVP to? I mean, that's the tough one. I think this goes to the person who we feel like And I'm not leaving anybody out when I say this, guys, but when you have a one singles player that did what she's done for 4 years, she takes the face of your team. Because, guys, she was 30-1 at one singles on our schedule. We've never had that. I mean, I don't even have to go back and look at records. 30-1 is 30-1. Had a tough loss on Saturday morning, and then couldn't have been more proud of the way she played on Saturday afternoon. One of the help boys said, I didn't realize, we knew you could play doubles, I didn't realize you developed singles players that way. I said, well, it's a hidden talent. You just don't worry about it. Just pop out. You know, people in Evansville think that these kids just pop up out of nowhere, just by accident. I think the one thing that separated Harper over the last couple of years was her work ethic off the court. Her conditioning, her getting stronger, both physically and mentally. And it was one of those things where it was impressive to watch her this season. So our MVP goes to Harper Wiggin. All right, then we have 2 team awards. We'll save the most dedicated for last. Teammate of the year. When we do this, we let the kids vote. Sometimes I override the vote because I feel like they just completely swung and whiffed. For those of you who don't know, I didn't do that yet. It's coming up in a second. The teammate of the year is their opinion of who they. I mean, here's the thing. I got interviewed multiple times, and the one thing that I hold dearest to my heart, and so did Dad, was that the older kids take care of the younger kids, who teach the younger kids, and those younger kids look up to the older kids. Guys, you see it at camp. The kids come in and they are attracted to, they go straight to the certain instructor that they feel like is their buddy, and their friend, and they want to have it. I would say that some of them come back to camp because of that. Of the girls that are on this team, how many of the girls right currently now, I realize it's not everybody. Okay, let's just, of my seniors, my 6 seniors, how many have been playing tennis since you were 5 years old? 4 or 5 years old? I don't know how else to say that. Because I guarantee you the Rebuff girls all didn't come from the same program, and I guarantee you that the Carmel girls didn't come all from the same program. And when the guy interviewed me from TV last night, he said, what separates Jasper? I said, guys, it's just different. It's just different. I don't know what you want me to say. We do it differently. We do it our way. We raise our kids. It's this whole new thing where kids can switch schools and go play sports wherever they want. Honestly, that may end my coaching career because I don't want to do it that way. I don't want some kid to move in and take a spot away from your kid. I don't want some kid from Bar Reed. Let's go back. I think that's a little different seeing she came up in our program when she was 3. You'll see the video here in a second. I had a couple Bar Reed parents already asked about possibly moving over to Jasper. It's just not the way we want to do things. I think it makes things different. And I think that'll change things. I think it'll change things for other sports quicker than it'll change it for tennis. This year's 2025 Teammate of the Year, Marion Hayes. All right, most dedicated. So this one was overruled. I don't know that the kids always pay attention to things that are going on outside of their own world. Sometimes they do. I can't remember who the award was supposed to go to, but this young lady, her goal was to play varsity tennis. She's not there yet. She's trying, she wants to be, she's put in time, tons of lessons, playing on the sides, going in and hitting off the ball machines, has an hour or 2 hours a week, this and that. And it was one of those things where I felt like we had just missed out on what she was doing off to the side. And she's put in tons of hours and she's real close. As a junior, going to be a senior. You hope she makes that leap to that varsity level. This year's team most dedicated award goes to Susanna Kelly. That doesn't mean that other kids don't put in time. You don't win state championships because one person put in time. Okay. So, a quick story and some information, and then we're going to talk about each of the seniors. Let them come up and give a little bit of a speech. Another one of those connections I made. The indoor facility was built in 2010. So it's 2025, so that's 15 years. So a lot of these kids that are on the state championship team benefited from that starting at age 3 or 4. It's part of our program that has made a difference in what we do. For those of you who don't know the history behind tennis here in Jasper and the Yarbroughs, my dad took over in 1970-ish. There was a kind of a weird thing going on with football and tennis back then. His first trip to the state finals was in 1981. First state title was in 99. We also had a girls double state title in 99. And since the indoor, so guys, that was 30 years, 1970 to 2000. Since we built the indoor, we have 3 double state titles, girls, and a boys, and then this year we had a team state title. I think the facilities and the things and the way we're going about that is starting to pay off. It takes some time. Obviously, we have a lot of people that get credit for that. The staff that I get to work with, you know, for those of you who don't know, Ray puts in multiple hours at the indoor. But this past winter, CD's been giving lessons. Coach Elrod gives lessons. We're in there. Coach Hayes is helping out and covering things when we need something covered. It was a group effort. It's been that way for a while, and I think that the facility, the award that our program is going to receive for the national facility, one of the better facilities in the states, is deserved because of that. And we get a chance to put in some time that maybe other programs don't. We don't cancel practice, we don't cancel camp. And it's one of those things that I think makes a difference in this program, in our kids. And it especially helps the girls, because the boys come off summer, you have a huge advantage, and the girls have to use that indoor facility, which makes it a big part of what we do. So this journey, the one thing that we did this year, did something different. Coach Hayes and I, when we were back in high school, for those of you who don't know, we played high school tennis together, we did a poster back. It was a stairway to state finals. And Jeff wanted to do that. He comes up with a good idea once in a while. And so we went with this 60-14 poster that the IHSAA puts out. We printed it out, the city of Jasper prints it out. And then we wanted to slap our name up on the board, kind of like they do in the NCAA tournament, if you've seen it. We wanted it to be something different. Obviously, we didn't realize where it would end up. We felt like it would go pretty far, but we're going to laminate that. And since it's the first girls' state title, I don't know if the DuBois County Museum would want that. If not, it'll hang somewhere. It'll hang somewhere in our office or in our indoor facility. We got to finish it out, but I think we had a little bit of fun with that. Maybe it's a tradition that we use every year. I can't guarantee that we're going to put up all 8 Jasper names up there, but it was a trip. The other thing that we did, we talked about the magic number. Lila sometimes had trouble keeping track of the magic number, but she did a pretty good job. You have to win 8 matches to win a state title, and so that was neat. That was a neat addition to what was already a really close-knit team. So it was a pretty cool moment for all of us. In case you were wondering why we're rolling out this poster and slapping our names on it, we were trying to imitate the NCAA tournament there a little bit. I had 2 or 3 coaches yesterday on some of the texts, and the best compliment I think that you can receive about any team that you coach is that you did it the right way. Outside of my daughter being warned for screaming at her opponent during the one match, I think our kids compete the correct way. I'm not saying we're always in the right, but I think this team was the epitome of playing hard and working hard and being tough and being mentally tough and being a little bit of a grinder on the court and getting after it without being disrespectful at the same time. And I had a couple coaches who Ivan Smith from Guys from Center Grove, who I have leaned on for advice here and there. He actually called today and was very complimentary of the girls and the team. And then there was another coach from up north that I know really well that happened to be there. And he said he was one that didn't really want the Indianapolis team to win. He says it's just really special when you guys do it the right way. And it's a team outside of Indianapolis. It's a private school where kids just happen to go there to play tennis. I think our name and the Jasper tennis idea and family is well known across the state. We get tons of compliments, not because of what we're always winning, but the way we behave ourselves. The hotel we stayed at, as we left, the guy was like, I've never seen anything like it, well behaved and picked up after themselves. It was yes and please and thank yous and things like that. And that says a lot about the families and the parents that raise these kids. there's a whole lot that went into this state trip, guys. What's one word to describe it? I don't know that there is one. Unfathomable, awesome. Did you sleep well last night? I didn't sleep any better last night than I did the night before, because as soon as you wake up, you're gonna go back and probably at it the next day. And camp starts on Monday, and we'll be there to get back after it again. We'll enjoy this. I'll stay on cloud 9 for a few days. I told the girls right before we left, I came out of the driver's seat and got back in the other side, and I didn't have all the girls in the bus, but I sent them a text today. Guys, you don't win state titles without players. You just can't. It doesn't matter how much knowledge CD has, or ML Rod has, or how many lessons Ray teaches, or Coach Hayes or Coach Yarbrough. You don't win state titles unless the kids put in the time. You don't win state titles unless the parents are there to support, emotionally, financially. You don't win state titles if the team's not a team. You don't win state titles if guys, I don't want to do it any other way. I don't want to take Brebeuf took 8 girls. They have 30 girls on their team. I want to take all the girls so they get to experience that. So when it's their turn to play, possibly that it's the same for them. I like to do it as a family. We spend a lot of money doing it that way. We'll raise more money. From Thursday to Saturday was 2.5 days of awesome. It really was. From the trips to the cheesecake to the hotel, the breakfasts, the workouts, the hitting, going to Olive Garden. What was the Sunday place? Fun days. Going to get ice cream. See, you can't win a state title on ice cream. We had Mother Bears on the way home last night. We had some Mother Bears pizza. All that wraps up into one great experience for at least for the coaches and us. Jeff Hayes was emotional. We're standing in line trying to get our awards, and it's just a waterfall. I said, dude, pull it together. He said, I can't. For all the tennis that I played, for me, for just, guys, I didn't win a state title. I mean, this is earth-shattering, groundbreaking. Everything falls into place. Everybody plays a part. Number 1 is just as important as number 25, and the families that are part of it make it even more special. So I think everybody, from the bottom of my heart, everybody that showed up and supported. Next year we'll have to find a new family of 25 people to watch one doubles, because the Lindleys are graduating. They spent more money on t-shirts the last couple of years than anybody else I know. So our 6 seniors, we'll move on here. We'll talk about the seniors a little bit, give them a chance to come up and talk a little bit. I'm just going to go in the order that I have on this piece of paper. So I'm going to start with Harper Wiggin. So we were sitting over here as Susie and Schneider were eavesdropping, and I just asked I asked the coaches for words to describe each girl a little bit, something different. Harper Wiggin, dedicated, hardworking, leader, workhorse, played 1 singles for all 4 seasons, fierce, and something this season I thought that really stood out was mentally tough. Managed to keep her composure most of the time. But really grew up, I think, mentally to be able to make that leap to be 30-1 or 29 or whatever it ended up being in 1 singles. Marion Hayes, grinder, fighter, never give up, scrappy. I can't remember who's used this word. Spunky. Spunky. I would add to that an interesting taste in music. Goes back to the Fox song. Reese, these are compliments, by the way, not negative. Overly competitive. Hates to lose. Loves doubles. I asked her, I think we had a conversation like that. I think it was this year. I said something about singles, and she made this noise, this face with her nose like it smelled like, ugh. I said, what about singles? Ugh. Efficient volleyer, smart thinker on the court, killer instinct. Cece Hanman, committed, hardworking, know where you stand with her. Versatile, played singles and doubles, strong-willed, will be successful in future. Kate Yarbrough, bull-headed. Highest ball toss in tennis history. Loves doubles, a good teammate, wants her opinion to matter. And as far as the Yarborough family is concerned, we'll have bragging rights at the dinner table during Thanksgiving meals. The other 3 daughters don't have a state title. Kirsten Sternberg, quietly competitive, dedicated, wears her emotions on her sleeve, makes her dad very nervous, loves her teammates, and this year a double specialist. I'm not sure where that came from. A lot of different qualities in there. For those of you who are wondering how the singles and doubles part, guys, when it comes down to your child one of these days and what they choose to do and which part they want, it normally works itself out a little bit. And I will tell you that all 6 seniors were awesome as far as, we don't do captains, okay? By the time you've been in this program for 3 years, you know what's expected. And from Harper to Marion to Reese to Cece to Kate to Kirsten, this was a really good group. Sometimes it's very difficult to have multiple seniors because you have so many opinions. And I'm sure some took a backseat to others at times, but I felt like they each stayed in their own lane, and when it was their turn to add their 2 cents or whatever it was, guys, it worked. The one thing that I appreciate more in life, and I've got a lot of good friends that were classmates of mine. I hope these 6 managed to stay in touch. They made this season a lot easier on the coaches, and guys, this team was as close-knit as, and I realize not everybody was going to be best friends in here, I get that. But I just felt like they did a great job of keeping the team together and being committed to what we were trying to do. And that is a direct result of having 6 seniors who are 6 awesome young ladies. Good? All right. Are we ready to give speeches? Do we know what order we're going in? We do know.
Backward alphabetical.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm wrong about the 16 thing.
Wait, no, we're going to.
Reese is going, Conrad's going.
Oh, okay, go.
Okay, who's going first? All right, Reese Mundy, come on up. We're gonna go 6 speeches, video. And then home to watch all you people who are Pacer fans.
Okay. I just want to start out by saying that it's such a strange feeling to be the one standing up here giving this speech. It feels just like yesterday that I was sitting down there listening to all the seniors talk after my freshman season. It's so bittersweet to have to say goodbye to Jasper Tennant, but also welcome the next chapter of my life. These past 4 years have flown by, and I'll never forget all of the amazing memories that I've gained. I want to start out by thanking Delaney, my doubles partner freshman year. Definitely wasn't easy to be playing with a nervous freshman, but she was an amazing role model for me. I want to thank Paige for making last season one of the most memorable moments of my life. We went through our ups and downs in the regular season, but being able to hit the serve for match point at individual state is something I'll never forget. Next, I want to thank the coaches. Elrod, thank you for all the patience that you've given me, especially during my rough time at 2 singles when you had to play me music through the fence at my changeovers. CD, thank you for always being there at practices and always telling me a small joke that can make me smile. Jeff, thank you for bringing all the energy, and I think I can speak for everyone on the team that we love your singing at practice. Coach, thank you for being there for me through all my ups and downs and always knowing exactly what I need to hear. You taught me how to push myself and that working hard will bring success. I also don't think that I'll ever forget to use my legs on my serve again after this season. Ray, I'm so sad that our time of lessons is over. You have taught me so much and been like a second father to me, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. All of the drills and lesson plans that you've done with me, I now get to pass on and teach to my own girls. Next, I want to thank my parents. Mom, you've always found all my tournaments, taken me to get food between my matches, and been my biggest supporter. No one's better at scouting out all my opponents, and I'm so lucky to have someone who cares about me so much. Dad, you've gotten up to feed me balls, even when you didn't want to, driven me to all of my tournaments, been the best warm-up partner, and still built a fire at the campsite at the end of the day. And I'm so grateful for that. I'll never forget all of the small restaurants we found together, and all the times you had to drag me out of bed for my 8 a.m. matches. Lastly, I want to thank all my teammates. You've made this season so memorable and so full of laughs. You were all the biggest supporters this weekend, and I'm sure all of your cheering helped everybody out on the court. Thank you, Haley, for always being my biggest cheerleader. I can always hear you yelling and being the loudest one. And you're always right there with me after my matches. happier that our friendship has grown ever since the bake-off sophomore year. And you know I'll be back next season to watch you. I'm so grateful for all of our Dairy Queen trips and all of the food we've gotten after every match. Thank you, Harper, for being my hitting partner and always pushing me to get better. I'll never forget all of the tournaments that we went to together, especially our Arby's trip or walking to breakfast in Wisconsin. You've always been on the same page as me, and I'm so glad our friendship will be able to continue after Purdue. Thank you, Adesha, for being the best doubles partner ever, and there's no one that can make me laugh louder when we're out there. I've never had so much fun playing a doubles match, and I'm so happy that this season brought us closer as friends. Yesterday showed us both that we can come back after having a few rough games or even a rough first set. I'm so happy that we'll get to continue playing next weekend and hopefully come back with an individual title. Thank you, Mayor, for always being there to brighten my mood. You always match my vibe, and I couldn't be happier that I got to play with you these past 2 seasons, although I'm still waiting on our doubles match that Coach promised us. Thank you to my fellow seniors who are all leaders and role models, along with being my friends. I look forward to seeing where all of our next chapters take us. I couldn't be more thankful for the Jasper tennis family. I feel like each of my teammates is also one of my best friends, and spring break week will always have a special place in my heart. This program has been such a major part of my life for the last 14 years, and I'm so happy that all the blood, sweat, and tears that I put into this sport have paid off. Yesterday was by far the best moment of my entire tennis career, and being able to experience winning with the entire team was so special. I'll never forget any of my years of high school tennis, and I hope that all the underclassmen appreciate every practice match, super or stop sign that they have left, because they fly by. Thank you.
Hi guys. Tennis has had a huge impact on my life, especially because I've been playing from such a young age. I was lucky to be able to grow up in the J Tennis family, which quickly became a second home to me because of the amount of time I spent on the courts. Through tennis, I've been able to grow as a person, meet many great people, and build many friendships along the way. There have been many highs and lows throughout my tennis career, and I've been blessed to have this community support me through all of it. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without the J Tennis family. I'm thankful to have had such a great coaching crew all these years. Ray, thank you for always making time to hit with me when I was stressed out before a tournament, and for always letting me rant to you about anything on my mind. Elrod, thank you for always giving me your dad jokes and talks. I appreciate you telling me that it's okay, and everything will be better tomorrow after a bad day of practice. CD, thank you for always pointing some things out that I can improve on during practices, and for always trying to give me the #1 balls at our home matches. Jeff, thank you for always getting us to laugh, capturing all the important moments on your camera, and for sharing your knowledge of tennis with me. Coach, thank you for always being there for me on and off the court. I know I can always come to you for anything I might need help with, or to just get your advice. During my matches, you always say the things I need to hear, and you can calm me down when I need it. I'm pretty sure you have the words "next point" ingrained into my head, and I'll always keep it there. You've supported me with everything I've done, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. Also, I'd like to thank Steven for always finding time to hit with me even after you hit with Lila and Henry for hours before. Hitting with you has challenged me and pushed me to become a better tennis player, and I appreciate all the times you told me you believed in me and for boosting my confidence. Mom, thank you for always supporting me and letting me and Dad travel to tournaments all these years throughout the country and not complain about the times we were gone. Allie, thank you for always hitting with me whenever we were younger, even when you didn't want to. You taught me so many things on and off the court, with one of the most important things being hard work. You've taught me to never give up and to always give your all without even realizing it. Also, just for the record, you may have beat me more times in tournaments, but I think I won all of our challenge matches. Dad, thank you for always being there for me no matter what. Thank you for taking me to my tournaments for the past 10 plus years, no matter where they were at. I'll never forget all the ice cream shops we've found and all the places we've been able to travel to. There hasn't been a time when you didn't support one of my decisions. You've always been there for me when I come to you with things going on in my life, and you always come up with a solution. Thank you for reminding me before every match to smile, to have fun, and to go play hard for tennis. To my teammates, I couldn't have asked for a better season. I'll never forget all the memories I've made with all of you, and all the hotel nights we've spent together. Anton, thank you for running with me even whenever I couldn't breathe, and for always finding a way to make me laugh. Almost all of our rants that we had while we were just out casually running a stop sign, and the trips we made to Windmill Chill. Lila, almost all of our pre-match conversations we had while we warmed up, and all the times we've hit this past year or two. You never fail to make me smile and laugh when I'm with you. Also, I'll miss our workouts and putting through our first boot camp, but don't worry, because I'll be back. So, thanks for always wanting to go get food and hang out after tennis. I also appreciate all the cheers you and Anna have started during the matches. I'm thankful we've been able to have at least one season together. Reese, the memories we have of each other all the way back in 3rd or 4th grade are something that I'll always cherish. All the car rides to tournaments, trips to Arby's, and games of Uno, and hitting over the summer for a really long time, and jumping in the pool after, are memories that will stick with me. Although we've had our ups and downs, our friendship is still there and always will be. Thank you for always being there for me on and off the court. To my seniors, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Growing up and playing these past 4 years together has been an awesome journey. Although we won't all be at the same school because I guess not everybody likes Purdue, I know our friendships will last. Coming up here and giving a small speech about the J Tennis family doesn't give it enough justice on how thankful I am to be part of this community. I cannot imagine where I would be at without everyone here today, and I will forever be a part of the J Tennis family. I want to start by saying how thankful I am to be here celebrating everything that we've accomplished and reflecting on all the best times over the last 4 years. It's crazy to think how fast the time has gone since I first picked up a tennis racket and started playing to where I am now. This team and this program have become such a big part of my life, and the experiences that I have made will be something that I will never forget and I'll always cherish. Going into my first high school season freshman year, I would not have predicted how much I would truly love the last 4 years and how sad I'd be to see them go. Being a part of this program has taught me so many things on and off the court. I've learned so much from mental toughness in the hard matches to working hard and having a drive to succeed. I've also learned so much from the new friendships that I've made as well as others that I've strengthened through being on a team and growing together. To all my teammates, I would like to say thank you for all the memories that we have created on and off the court. I remember these times forever, from the bus ride singing to the hotel stays and everything in between. It will always be something special. You all have been some of my biggest supporters, and I am so thankful for that. Nothing that we have accomplished couldn't have been done without the support from every single girl on this team. The people on this team have made this year so amazing, and I love all the friendships I have created through it. To my coaches first priority for always pushing me to be my best and also installing some fear so that I play the way that I should be. You've been a great coach over the years and put so much effort into us and the program, so I'm very thankful. And then thank you to Elrod for always being someone calming during my matches and is able to get me back on track while pushing me to be my best. Thank you, Jeff, for always giving me confidence in my skills and making me laugh. I've loved our talks on the bus rides up and listening to so many of your stories. Thank you to CD, who starting over the winter really assured me and made me believe that I could be a doubles player this year. Also, thank you to Ray for teaching me so much about tennis, but also just being there for me no matter what. You've always been there to talk me through problems in my tennis game, but as well as just anything that I've needed. Also, thank you to all of my supporters and everyone who makes everything that we can possible. Thank you to all the parents who bring food and help get everything ready so that we can be successful. A big thank you to my parents for always supporting me. Through the crying and the happiness, you've been there to get me through all of it. You both have always encouraged me and made me believe in myself. Over the years, you've sat through many tournaments and watched me play at my best and my worst. You've always known how to stand up when I'm down, except for Dad, when he tried to coach me after I play bad. You both spent so much time and effort making sure I was able to succeed and love being a part of tennis. Also, thank you for always getting to me where I needed to be, especially my mom, with those early morning exams that I made you wake up for. You weren't always very happy to be up that early. together and accomplish so much. There was truly no better way to end our high school tennis years than the way that we did. That will truly be a memory forever, so thank you all for all the work that will be put in to get there. I'm sad we're going our separate ways, but I know that we will all do great things and be able to look back on our time together happily. Thank you, Kate, for the memories that we've made playing together this last season. We definitely had our ups and downs together, but we played our best together when we needed to in the end. I never thought that I would end up playing in doubles, but I'm so glad I was able to, and I'm so grateful that I got to end my senior year playing with you. Lastly, to the underclassmen, don't take for granted the time that you have left. It will truly go by so fast. Even on the early mornings and the late nights, appreciate those times together with your teammates, because soon it will be over. The time we all have together is truly special, and I'm so lucky to have been able to be a part of this team and this program. Thank you.
Tennis has given me many memories throughout the years, which I am very grateful to have. It has also taught me life lessons that I will continue to use throughout the rest of my life. Thank you to everyone who has supported me the last 4 years. Thank you to my teammates for always making me laugh. Thank you to all the parents who made food for the invites, and to the dads for making breakfast on early Saturday mornings. Thank you to all the coaches and Ray for everything that you have done for me. Especially thank you to my parents for always being there for me through everything. To my teammates, I wish you good luck in the coming years, and to the seniors, good luck at your college. I will always remember the impact that Jasper Tennis had on my life. Thank you.
I just want to say, like all the other seniors have, thank you for everything Jasper Tennis has given me. It's provided such a family for me that I really needed whenever I moved here. It helped reconnect me with my cousins after years of not living here, and give me my best friends. I'm sure with other sports you have your team and your coaches, and when season is over you just moved on. But I will truly remember my experience, my team, my coaches, and the friendships I've made forever. When I moved here, I was really quiet, believe it or not, and it wasn't the easiest to make friends and really be myself until February and whenever tennis season started. I had Harper and Reese welcome me at boys practice and help me get accustomed to like the Jasper way of life. And J Tennis gave me something to look forward to in the fall, love during the spring, and miss during the summer. And what a way to end my senior year. This team is so talented and so special, and it took every single person to help us win that state championship. With Stella and Annan's cheers to hype me up, and Anna B to capture those memories on the camera. I know sometimes I may seem aggressive and harsh on the court, but I really, really love tennis, and I'm so grateful we got to experience it together. I'm gonna miss my Dairy Queen runs after practice with Cece and Lila, and getting to play with you guys every single day after school. I'm gonna miss Susie making me laugh with her whole mysterious girl thing she has going on. I'm so happy that you girls were the ones that I bonded with at the end of my school. I'm gonna miss you guys so much. And for the coaches, Garber has always been an amazing coach, and his intensity has kept my mental game in check on the court. Elrod can always figure out what I'm doing when I serve, and CD always makes me laugh and encourages us all the time. Oh, and my dad, I love his Instagram posts. And I hope they never stop, but it's nice also having him around all the time. So as my high school tennis comes to an end through my blood and my little blood and my sweat and tears, I'm just so honored that I was able to be a part of it. Thank you, Jasper Tennis, for all that it's given me, and I love you all.
I loved our gossip sessions that came along with them as well. Thank you to Coach Fair for showing up right after work every day to help coaches at practice. I know that was probably draining. Thank you to Coach Hayes, who always brings energy for sure, even in the mornings when everyone is still dead tired and not fully awake, like me. Thank you to Coach Elrod for coaching me from JV my freshman and sophomore year to coaching me through my junior and senior year. Although I may not always look like I'm paying attention to what you're telling me, and I may not look like I'm taking my advice, I promise that I'm listening and taking it. I just may not always show it. And lastly, thank you to Coach Jasper and my dad. These past 4 years have truly gone by quickly, and even though you really like to yell at me my freshman year, I guess it's fine. Especially at Avon when Kirsten was innocently standing next to me shaking. Thinking that she was about to yell at next after you were done with me. Another loss. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Although I don't always like to listen to you, I guess you're sometimes right. I mean, we did just win a team state, so I guess that gives you some credibility. Thank you to all of my teammates. Even though I may not be close to every single one of you all of you hold a special place in my heart. This year would not have been the way it was without you all. You have all created such amazing memories that will last forever. Every single one of you brings something amazing to this team. Every single one of you, no matter how little of an impact you think you make, every one of you makes up this Jasper Towers team. We are all amazing in our own ways, which makes this team so great and amazing. I could not have asked for a better team to go out with my senior year. You all have made this year so special for me, and I cannot thank you enough. My advice to you all is not to take it for granted. The years go by quicker than you think they will. Cherish the moments and the memories that you made. Don't dwell on the past or the one bad match you had or bad hitting day you had. Every day brings something new. Keep your head up and be there for one another. Not every match or practice is going to go the way you want it to, and that's okay. It took me a while to realize that for myself. The next thing you know, you guys will be up here where I am, standing up here giving your senior speech. Kirsten, I loved growing up in the tennis program with you. Although we may not always play amazing every single match, I still love playing with you. One second, lost my spot. I would never have thought we would have been playing doubles together, let alone me on the forehand side and you on the backhand side. I cannot thank you enough for putting up with me in some of our more tough matches when I quite literally could not make a serve-in or a volley. You've made this past season so amazing for me, and I will forever be grateful for you and all the memories we have made. For the rest of the seniors, I cannot believe that we're here already. It feels like not too long ago we were playing like games at clinic and goofing around in speed doubles. I can bet that none of us would have guessed at that time that we would go on to win a state championship together. Marion, even though you joined us late, you fit in so well. You have been such a great addition to our team. Spending the past 4 or 2 years with you guys have really made us closer, and I cannot be more thankful for you all. I know we have all worked extremely hard to get where we are today, and I wish all of you guys the best on your next chapter of life. Finally, I want to thank my family and for all the love and support they have given me. I truly appreciate you guys showing up for me. Thank you to Mom, who is always there at least half an hour early and always in the front row. Thank you to my grandma Connie, who gets really into the matches when she watches them. And thank you to my sisters, who always help me better myself in tennis and help me keep on going after a bad match or a bad day. And thank you to both my mom and my dad for not letting me quit tennis when my racket got destroyed by a lawnmower. My dad did run over with the lawnmower, though, I have to say. Even though I really hated tennis at that time and I was really selling quitting, I'm glad you didn't let me. And now a quote from my mother from yesterday. She goes, well, I may be turning 54, but my real age is 60 after that match. All I have to say is at least you don't have to worry about happening again since I'm the last one. I want to thank you all again for everything. This year could not have been better, and I will forever miss this team and this program, and I wish all of you the best in your futures. Thank you.
Okay, good.
We forgot. Wait.
You can put them over here, just put them right over here on the table. You guys are fine, I wanna get this going here too. Get those lights back there, Rachel, please. CD's got this tape we're starting with. It doesn't have any noise. CD, do you want to point out who's in here?
Well, the one here, the overhead is Harper. Reese is right behind her, and there's Aisha. I don't know who that is. There's Lila Hayes. There's Connor, Marion, and Kate. And Red.
And CD. No noise, we just point, this just goes back. You have this video you want to put up. Here we go.
And no, Red's better yesterday, it was good job.
And don't quit.
toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. Coming in hot. Coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow, just like the demeanor. I'm feeding my fam, I'm feeding the meter. They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog, just like I'm Peter. Gotta protect them. I mean to call it, but just like I'm rapping. I know we left you, now we back together, but I guess that is better now. Later than never, like, what's happening? I'ma need y'all quit asking when. Me and my wife gonna have some kids. Right now we just practicing. Practicing. Teacher said quit rapping, man. That gonna hurt my average. I said, thank God I ain't average. Yeah, I'ma bring you that. Kill the GPA and the BPM. Look, we on. So say what you say, cause that's A with Lecrae. From the A train to the A. I'm coming in hot. I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. See, I'm still sleeping, so I had to shake 'em up. I kept it too real. I wasn't fake enough. My real life was a headline. Your real life got a deadline. My timeline was a hashtag. Your timeline just a hate crime coming in hot. Feeling like pop. Back in line 4 when he took 5 shots. Too much drive to ride your way. Ditch my top, then I'm off that lot. Black on black on black on black on black on black on black. You don't have to borrow rap to get them racks on racks. Uber rollers trying to catch my vibe and find my way. Yeah, I know I'm ratchet, but I'm really safe. Hot sauce dripping. Everybody wanna start different. First nobody wanna listen. Now everybody pay attention. Now everybody pay feet. Even Trump gotta take a knee. When the horn blow, y'all gon' see. Make the wall fall down like. I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like I shoot the shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot, coming in hot. Shoot that shot, shoot my dot. Ain't no big, feel like pop. We can
lot to be a lot of, if everybody can stick around and help a little bit, I think we gotta take a lot of this stuff back with the tablecloths.
I never talk, so I never talk, and I probably won't talk again after today. But I have been here 11 years. I have raised my son. I've got my grandkids here now, and when I first looked at this job at Scott, before I spoke to Scott, I actually spoke to the guy whose position I was taking. Granted, he was leaving, but I didn't even know what Jasper was. I had never heard of Jasper, had never been here, didn't know how special a place it was. And I grew up in New Jersey. A lot of you guys know that, maybe you all don't know that. And I went to a school like the school that Scott was saying, with the private school. I went to a private school where things like a state championship are kind of taken for granted. We were fortunate we didn't lose a match in high school, so our team won 4 state championships. But I honestly couldn't tell you, other than my kids' godfather, I couldn't tell you where any of my teammates are at these days. I couldn't tell you where any of the families are. My coach is about the only person I kept up with, and he passed away a couple years ago. So my point is, what we did yesterday was something that was special, and it's not something that happens obviously every day or every year, and it's not something to take for granted, and it took a lot of blood, sweat, tears, ups and downs. I just want, especially our girls and our girls, you guys, it's weird to, you won a state championship yesterday, and you wake up today and it doesn't really seem like it's that big of a, today's not any different from yesterday. But it's a big deal, it's a big thing, and just don't take it for granted, because it doesn't happen all the time. And just like Scott said, well, he and I was on the court today with my son. So doesn't end for me and Scott, but for you guys need to enjoy this, and you need to not just enjoy the fact that you were state champions, but enjoy the fact that you were part of something that is so incredibly special that you guys maybe don't realize it now, but when your kids are here and you're looking at your kids sitting at those tables and having the tears, I saw Wiggy smile, crying a little bit. Yeah, I saw you. I know. Tearing up a little bit. It's special. So, like I said, just make sure you guys don't take it for granted, and understand whether you played yesterday in one of those 7 spots or whether you were cheering your butts off. Just make sure you guys all understand you're all a part of it, and it's just something extremely special. Okay.
Okay, if everybody will help, we'd love to get all this stuff. We gotta get the tablecloths picked up. I know that we put in, I'm not sure where all the lights and all the decorations go. I'm sure the senior moms will let you know. One more big round of applause, guys, for your state championship team. So the girls are gonna take tons of pictures. We gotta pass out these little